The other day, I was having a conversation with Neil, who John knows.
Don't know who that is.
He's in very good shape.
I'm going to tell you about Neil. Neil's like, how long have you been doing the podcast? And I said, I don't know, like 10 years. He goes, how many episodes have you had? And I go, I don't know, like 1,000. He goes, how many downloads do you have? And I go, I don't know, like 6. And he goes, how much money have you made on this? And I said, $0. It's cost us money. He's like, why are you doing it? And I said, Kevin. So that's why I don't put a lot of effort in the podcast.
All right. Did you ever think that if you did put effort into it, that maybe those other things would happen? Nope. Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure that you're on this.
Every other variable has 0 impact on this podcast. I don't think anything's going to help us.
Maybe if
not even my crazy alcoholism, but I'm going to try.
Well, but I mean, but you haven't tried trying yet.
He's got you there.
History Defeats Itself is a comedy podcast. Kevin, John, and Greg are not experts, historians, or even all that smart.
This is my episode, by the way. We already started.
Yeah. No, I believe you.
I'll wait. Yeah,
I'll wait. It's probably more riveting than anything you've come up with.
I guess we just hurt each other. That's just all we do. We just hurt each other.
I'm just kidding. Hello and welcome to History Defeats Itself.
I don't have insurance for this.
My name is Kevin Rosenquist. Thank you for joining us. We are a comedy podcast that wonders why we as people never seem to learn from our history. And I as always, am joined by my 2 co-hosts. One of which just came off of a surgery, and one of which didn't. John and Greg, how are you guys doing?
Man, my surgery was crazy. I can't believe I got that penis reduction surgery, and now I'm only 8 inches long.
I have a quick question for you. Why would you add it to your nose?
Isn't it worse that it's just naturally this big?
How many times have you broken your nose, Mr. Mitchell?
It's been, I think it's somewhere between 3 and 4. One of them didn't count because I was on cocaine, and I said, so I broke it from the inside out.
Was every time with playing hockey?
No, there was one time when I was doing cocaine.
And
no, every time I was playing hockey.
Okay.
Hockey.
John, how are you feeling?
I'm good. The recovery's going well.
I gotta turn down Kevin's microphone. Every time he says something, he
should actually be able to work out starting Tuesday.
You said you've been taking walks. That's where you're at right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Are you gonna turn into a gym bro?
I am, bro.
Dude, do you wanna get a sweet workout plan going together? Maybe we could do a little CrossFit training together.
Who's driving to who? Because you live really far away.
Want to team up? I'll drive to you. I'll do curls the whole way. I'll keep my car. I'll put my car in neutral and I'll just fucking Fred Flintstone it over your house. Really get the quads going.
Well, it's good to see you guys. John, I'm glad your recovery is going well. Do you want to talk about your surgery?
I mean, it was they went in and they shaved my stomach and then and they did like these 3 incisions on the top of it. And then they gave me fucking pictures of like what they did inside my body. I didn't need that.
No, I would have no desire to see that.
Dude, when I used to have a Kia, I used to take it in for an oil change and they would videotape everything they did there. So it sounds similar.
Not the same thing, Greg.
Sounds exactly the same.
Not the same. No. I'm very veiny on the inside. Very veiny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, veins inside your body.
A lot of veins.
That's a weird way to
a very complex vascular system, apparently.
Would you say it's like a web?
Yes.
The rest of us, very simple. Just vertical or horizontal. John's are intricate.
Definitely not a grid. Yeah, definitely not a grid.
John's are going hither and thither.
100%.
Well, it's good to see you guys here on our episode, and we're on social media and all that stuff. I don't know. I don't really talk about that anymore, but we are. So go find us. Greg, it is your turn to join or to lead the crew. Greasy Greg, as his name is on the chat here. Greasy Greg.
It is indeed my turn, and I'd like to start off tonight with a cheers to you, gentlemen, and our listeners.
We never actually did our pregame.
Yeah, we didn't
John,
do
are
it.
you
so
drinking yet? Probably not.
No, not yet. Next
we're going
week.
to do it with our listeners because, gosh, without you guys, I feel like we're really a unit. History defeats itself. We're like a group. You guys, we should get fucking leather jackets and just go around the country and.
I mean, like, wait, the same leather jacket or different leather jackets?
Well,
Are we starting a biker gang?
What's our budget like, Kevin?
Well, let me crunch some numbers.
He's the
Craig.
part. Let's take this shot. Take this drink.
All right, that sounds good.
Already, yeah. I went on and drank my drink.
John already drank his water.
I did.
I did my tequila.
I'm having Maker's Mark whiskey mixed with a little DCCF.
How come we never plan ahead and try to drink the same thing?
Because it's stupid that way.
What
And
is
you're drinking
DCCF?
water.
I want to know what DCCF
It's
is.
Diet Coke, caffeine free.
Oh,
I guess it should be CFDC.
I like Makers. I think Makers is a good whiskey.
So I
Maker's
like
bourbon.
I like where
solid.
people draw their lines because Greg's are like, I'm not
On
going
a
to put
notepad?
caffeine into my body, but I'm going to put whatever makes Diet Coke.
Yeah, that's not
fine.
good. It's not good.
Hey, I can't help what triggers the fucking AFib. All I know is from my own personal experience, caffeine does it, and Diet Coke caffeine free doesn't. So I'm gonna drink it. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna
but you
do it
haven't had
Maker's
a-
Mark.
You haven't had a caffeinated drink in what, 20 years?
It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Except
So
for
maybe that's not the trigger then, is what you're saying, John?
Right.
I've been.
Sounds like cocaine because he was talking about he broke his nose doing
He broke his nose doing
That
cocaine.
is
That didn't
definitely
give
got
me
a trigger.
AFib though. It gave me a fucking broken nose and a good time. So I'll take that broken nose anytime.
Do you can you eat like chocolate?
I do eat some chocolate occasionally, dark chocolate, because it's supposed to be good for you.
It's better for you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Riboflavins and shit. All right, guys.
So that's how they advertise it. Chocolate bar.
Riboflavins and shit.
Let's get going, guys. All right, since it's Halloween, I thought that I would do an episode on something super creepy and gross. The subject kind of made me sick to my stomach, and it has nothing to do with a virus, so you know it's going to be good. I didn't have the shits really, but it's fucking. When I did the research for this, it's disgusting. That's my point.
Can you get to what it is, or
And it's I'm coming. I like
mean,
to
'cause it
slow
doesn't
build.
feel like you are.
Now,
Doesn't it?
the origins of this subject is rooted in
Slow and painful.
Okay, I'm fucking talking. Yeah, that's the subject. Slow and painful.
Slow sex with Greg.
The origins of the subject is rooted in folklore, so I would say it's only maybe 99.9% true. Today, we will talk about someone worse than Jeffrey Dahmer, worse than Jeffrey Epstein, worse than even Jeffrey Goldblum.
Hey. It's a national treasure. We already established this on the show.
I love him. It was just. I was just making a joke.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
just a joke. Okay? He's so bad. His name isn't even Jeffrey.
Did you write that?
I did.
Okay.
Pretty good, right?
Are you going to do it on Holmes?
Solid.
Is it on the original serial killer? Is that what it's going to be on?
H. Holmes.
Holmes. That sound familiar to you guys? Today we're going to talk about the legend of Sawney Bean.
Oh,
I don't know this.
John, you sound disgusted.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what this
No.
is? No,
I just like
Sawney.
I
Not
just like
Sonny.
being-
Sawney.
Sonny.
Alexander Sawney Bean
Oh.
was said to be the head of a 45-member clan in Scotland in the 16th century that murdered and cannibalized over 1,000 people
Oh,
over
Jesus.
the course of 25 years.
Oh.
25 consecutive years.
Did they all 1,000 of them have it coming?
Like, how do they come up with these numbers?
All 1,000 of them were delicious.
Because it's not like they were doing like pre-interviews before they killed them and ate them, right? So,
Buddy, I started by saying it's rooted in folklore, so probably it's only 99.9% true.
Okay.
So of course they're going to round up numbers.
Things were different back then too. All the people were grass fed.
You
free
imagine-
range.
You can You can imagine back then the flesh was probably like really fucking tasty. It was before all the additives and shit were added to humans.
Yeah.
But you had to find people who, had access to food for themselves so that they'd be fat or like, not skinny.
They probably had butter though. They were churning butter and they were probably like Wagyu beef. Like really fucking good. If you're going to eat someone, you're going to want to do it in the 16th century.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Good to know.
Just fucking okay. According to the legend,
we're gonna put that in your eulogy someday.
God, I hope I go first. Actually, that's not true. I hope I go last. You guys.
Yeah, I definitely want you guys to die before me.
I'm planning on you guys dying
well,
before me.
not only die before me, but I want you to all die in a painful way that I can watch before I die. So then at least I die happy.
That you can enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm planning on you guys dying at my hands.
Like I want
Murder.
I want Greg to stab Kevin, and I want there, to be nothing but betrayal in Kevin's face. Right? Like,
so how does Greg die then?
oh yeah, that's okay. Let me work on it.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't really thought about it, but you guys got me excited. So.
What if we like stabbed each other in the jugular simultaneously, and both had betrayal looks on our face?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, and you're
like,
both
oh
looking
my
at me
god,
smiling.
you were gonna do that too?
And the betrayal of me smiling is even greater. So it's like you look at me and just absolute disgust with your friend, and then you see me, and it's even more so
because you somehow orchestrated this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey, Kevin, we should do it at Disneyland. You know how like sometimes you see those videos of double proposals? It'll be the same thing.
Double murders.
Double murder right in front of the castle.
Disney, it's for families.
While the fireworks are going.
That's
How
romantic.
Hmm?
That's nice. Let's get some funnel cakes first.
I love funnel cake.
It'll be my like first guilt-free funnel cake because I'm not going to worry about whether it's
and
going to
have
make me fat or kill me.
You know what? Have a Coke, Greg. Have a caffeinated Coca-Cola.
Why not?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact,
No.
if I go into AFib, I'll probably bleed out faster because my heart's going to be all low.
Knowing my luck, he'll go into AFib and then fall down and I'll miss. And then he'll just stab me.
He'll stab you like right where you get punctured lung before.
Yeah, right in the lung. Oh God, not again. Okay.
That would make me happy. According to legend, Bean and his clan members were eventually caught by a search party sent up by King James the Sixth, and executed.
Whoa, well, which one was it?
Yeah, this is important.
For their heinous crimes. It was the sixth.
Okay, good.
Look it up, bitches. The story appeared in the Newgate Calendar, a crime catalog of Newgate Prison in London, which is where I got a lot of the sources. The legend lacks sufficient evidence to be deemed true by historians, and there's a little debate as to why the legend would have been fictionalized. Nevertheless, the myth of Sawney Bean has passed into local folklore and has become a part of the Edinburgh tourism circuit. It's actually
so we don't know if it really happened. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's really thought that it did happen. They do have some proof and some documents and shit, and we'll talk about that. But the point is that it's kind of like, the Bible. We don't really know if any of that shit happened, and it's lived on. And in Scotland, it's a big fucking deal. It's a big story.
Well, wasn't it even H.H. Holmes was kind of like, how many people did he kill? Like, because when it's that old, it's harder to you don't have the same,
right? You know, fucking DNA.
Yeah.
For all we know, all he did was like, I don't know, run a red light, and then he caught a fucking rap. What do you
Did
call
you hear
it?
about that truck driver who killed like 10 women? They like figured out that there was like a serial truck driver killer or serial killer truck driver. No.
Well, no. Was it recent?
Yeah, that was the last few days.
Oh wow,
no,
I
I
didn't
didn't hear about
No.
that. Well,
Was
I
he
mean,
from
there's
Texas?
there's some crazy number of serial killers out there on the loose, and like they say like the best serial killer has never been caught, never will be. I don't fucking.
I mean, that makes sense.
I don't pay attention to
It
If you
that.
didn't
does.
get caught,
Yeah.
you would be the best.
They say 1 in 3 podcast hosts are serial killers. So
Oh no.
one of us.
Uh-oh. There's 3 of us.
Well, I think we know who. I think it's very it would absolutely be Kevin because Greg and I are not gonna have the follow through. So
Yeah. Kevin's killing
So it's
those.
a pure ambition thing for you.
yeah,
Kevin's killing those bangs.
So I like it.
It's good
I
look.
like it. You're getting a little flushed tonight, Kevin. You're getting a little red, buddy. Is it hot up there?
Always.
Okay. All right.
And I probably have a fever.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
We
Better
did
drink-
say
better
take
drink
the butt
away
plug
those
out and
symptoms.
wash it.
Yeah.
Don't leave
You know,
it
when
in.
you're sick, that is like
No
the
deal.
best thing to do. Isn't that what Kevin told me last time? That best thing to do when you're sick is drink? Because it
You gotta
that's-
you-
symptoms.
How
His
else are you going
solution-
to kill that virus, bud?
That's a solution to everything. Get a DUI. Best way to not get a DUI is drink your way through it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how you can
Take the
kill-
officer out for a beer.
They like it.
Works every time.
They like it when you tell them that you're like one of those sovereign citizens.
Oh yeah.
They really enjoy that.
Yeah. I'll try that next time.
Okay. According to the Newgate Calendar, a London tabloid publication from the 18th and 19th century, Alexander Bean was born in East Lothian during the 16th century. His father was a ditch digger and hedge trimmer. This is my favorite line. Bean tried to take up the family trade, but quickly realized that he was not fit for this work. He couldn't trim hedges, so he's going to eat people.
Or dig ditches. I mean, that
That can be hard work.
that can.
But
I
it's
just
or
can't-
eat people.
I can't work these giant scissors. If they were just two separate blades that I could kill people with, that would work. But together,
His hedge trimmer's broke, and he was like, "What am I gonna?" Oh wait, I could totally get stabby with these things.
stabby.
Hey, don't we have some forks in the shed too?
Who's hungry?
I want some people tartare.
Wait. He had to cook them, right? Oh wait, well we'll find out.
I mean, probably. He left home.
I don't know. I just felt like doing that.
Did you guys hear that? He left home with an allegedly vicious woman named Black Agnes Douglas, who apparently shared his inclinations and was accused of being a witch. After some
A
robbing,
particularly vicious woman.
yeah, that's how she's described as a
Wow.
vicious woman. How would you like your wife to be described as
Oh, like, yeah.
As a
How do you feel about Kevin's wife, Sheena? She's a particularly vicious woman.
and she's probably a witch.
And she might be a witch.
Yep, not great. I did not marry up. After some robbing and the cannibalization of one of their victims, the couple ended up at a coastal cave in Benanine Head between Jervin and Belentre.
Wait. I feel like we glossed over some
We
stuff
did. We
there.
missed something.
Well, we're
They-
going to keep going with this. So the first time when they really fell in love, LOVE, they apparently robbed someone for some money and murdered and cannibalized. And they're like, you know what? I like doing this. Do you like doing this? And she said, sure. Let's make a career out of this.
It's really so. This is a
better
love
than-
story.
It's better than digging ditches.
I mean, it's kind of like, how do you, like, who proposes
Yeah.
that? You think it's like, you know what? I kind of want to. They kill someone, and then they're like, they rob someone, then they decide to kill him. Okay, I could see how that can happen. Like, who's the
And then
first
they
one to
got
go?
They got a food boner.
You want to eat this motherfucker like as much as I do? Like how does that start?
Yeah,
It's the 17th century when Harry met Sally. So
I don't know how it starts, but I know how it finishes.
this
This is the You've Got Mail of of the 1500s.
Yeah, that's true. So at this coastal cave, that's where they spent 25 years doing their
25
best.
years
25
they lived in
years.
this cave.
The cave was 200 yards deep and the entrance was blocked by water during high tide. So the couple was able to live there undiscovered for 25 years. Sawney and Agnes produced 6 daughters, 8 sons, 14 granddaughters, and 18 grandsons. The grandchildren, how do you think they came along?
I'm
They
gonna
probably
guess
ate people.
I mean, how do you think they were produced?
Oh, sex,
What kind of sex?
like
penis,
sex
and vagina
between the parents and the kids.
It was incestuous sex.
Yeah,
Oh
that's kinda what I thought.
no!
That's kind of what I thought.
Yeah, that's what they.
I mean, but I will say this: if you're
They
gonna
were really
eat-
fun at parties.
Whoa.
They were really fun at parties.
I
they
don't know
did.
what you could possibly say right
No,
now.
if you're gonna eat people, what's a little incest? You know, like
It's
you've already
true.
crossed a line.
Yeah,
so
what
deplorable.
lines do you have left? at
Yeah,
that
so
point?
like that's
All right,
fine.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
They're knocking down taboos.
Yeah, They were the first to get eyebrow rings and nose piercings.
God, those seem so tame, right? Compared to having sex with your sister.
What did you put in your eyebrow? You think this is weird? I've been eating people in a cave and fucking my sister.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to do that. But geez, man, you're ruining our family name. You're ruining the Bean name.
I'll be damned if you're going out like that.
Wait, is this?
You take that thing out, or I'm going to make you stay here and bang your mom.
Bring me back 2 ears and a fucking eyeball. Or you're not coming back to this cave.
If you don't bring a warm body back here, you're grounded. All right, you're going to timeout.
And you know what happens in timeout? Incestuous stuff.
Yeah, like this. These people just didn't have a good day ever, probably.
They didn't have a good moral compass.
Well, how could they? Because they got incest brain.
Here's another good line. Lacking the inclination for regular labor, the Bean Clan thrived by laying careful ambushes at night to rob and murder individuals or small groups. Again, because they were too lazy to work. They weren't too lazy to fucking rob and murder individuals. Or
So I just want to say that
And eat.
that is people literally mooching off the system, right?
It
Like,
is.
God damn it.
Well, here's the thing I will say though, is that they didn't waste it all, right?
waste not, want not.
They killed somebody, and then they're like, well, we don't want to waste this human who graciously gave their lives to us.
Yeah, they were like real hunters.
Yeah, they were hunting the most dangerous game.
The most wily game.
I think at that time it would probably have been bears.
But it's not like they had barbecue sauce or anything like that. Like what?
Yeah.
It's just fucking repulsive. Okay.
That's your wait. That you're like,
yeah, not having barbecue sauce.
They had no seasonings.
They
When
had
they were
nothing to
eating.
dip it in. That's ridiculous. It's
That was way
monstrous.
That was way before Hidden Valley Ranch came
Yeah.
up with their.
That was 1868. So hundreds of years after the event.
A couple of condiments just really would have made it more appetizing.
Do you think they even cared about robbing people? Did they even want to rob them? They probably just wanted to eat them. What are you robbing people for? What do you?
Listen, I think it could be both. Right? Like,
Yeah.
again, I think all this black and white you're trying to get, right?
I guess you need to buy toiletries and clothes and things like that.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, and they don't want to work. That's
You think
clear.
they were that concerned about toiletries? I don't.
Yeah, I do.
I think Kevin brings up a good point.
Look, if you're gonna eat human flesh, you're gonna need floss.
God,
Yeah.
gross. It's so fucking gross. Could you imagine like they really cared about fucking oral hygiene?
I know.
Well, by the grandkids that were so incestuous, they all had one tooth, so they just
that's true
brushed
too.
that tooth.
Yeah.
So they took turns flossing it. God, that's just. Man, this is gross.
Yeah, this is a terrible topic.
Okay, let's see. The clan brought the bodies back to their cave, where the corpses were dismembered and eaten. They pickled the leftovers in barrels and discarded body parts, which would sometimes wash up on nearby beaches. This strategy was used to help conceal their crimes and lead villagers to believe that it was animals who were attacking travelers. Not people.
Honestly, they're pickling. They really are using the whole animal.
Mm-hmm. They were. Good on
Do you
them.
think they would like mount people's heads on the cave wall?
Potentially. How do you learn how to pickle?
That's your question.
I wonder what they're pickling too.
One of them. Like
Pickled-
the testicles?
Pickled ears, pickled noses. Like, what are they
Pickled
pickling?
nuts. I think you got to pickle the organs. If you're going to pickle something.
You think pickled organs?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
testicles.
I've never done it. I don't know what's involved.
No, but we need to deep dive this.
I will say this: if we, as a society, can pickle pig's feet, I feel like if you're a cannibal, it's open season. Whatever you want to pickle, right? We can't judge that. Not the pickling
true.
part.
No, you're going to
What
eat
you're
a
pickling.
person.
I wonder what the best, when you think about
The ass.
a cow, it's the whether it's the ribeye or like whatever, the fillet. whatever you like. I wonder what the best part of a person is.
The ass.
There's a lot
You
of
eat that
fat, a lot
fucking
of
ass,
fat
man.
sometimes, though.
You
Could be
eat that
muscly.
ass. You eat the
But
ass.
isn't it? Don't you have to? You have to have
Eat the ass, Kevin. The ass.
Okay.
Okay, I'll stop. But it's the ass.
So if you cook an ass and then you were to lick it, would that be
I resign. My argument, sir.
You want us to tell you what the most appetizing part of the human could be?
Well, I was just curious. Wonder what it is. I wonder what the part that they were like, oh, this is a delicacy. Like, what is that?
Well, I guess the question is, do you like lean meat or fatty meat? So I think it's a personal choice.
Like something in between. I like good marbling.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't know what you would have to take off.
So maybe like a quad.
And I'm guessing because they were probably all pretty muscly back then, right? So the rump roast or the ass would probably be marbled, right? So because they were probably had really good gluten.
Cannot make broad generalizations about the fitness level of their victims. Maybe they only caught the slow ones.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
That's true.
First of all, you do have to make some assumptions if you're going to answer a question about what was the best part of a human 400 years ago, right? Like, I feel like...
Yeah, I mean, we know what it is now, but back then...
Wait. What is it now?
I don't know. John was implying that.
It's gross. You guys are fucking gross. Okay, guys. The body parts and disappearances did not go unnoticed by the local villagers.
Really?
They noticed, hey, where's Fred?
My husband hasn't come back in a while. I wonder what happened to him.
He went to go pick some berries.
Like 6 weeks ago.
And Bertha went out for a pack of Pall Malls, and she has not been back.
A pack of Pall Malls.
But to be fair, she had to take a ship to America to get the tobacco.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a long journey.
So I have a question for you guys. Right.
Okay.
And I think
is it related to the topic?
Yeah.
It is related to the topic. So,
Okay.
so I know
if you were going to eat someone.
No. Like
Okay.
getting murdered, right? Like the idea of someone murdering you, that's that's terrifying, right? Like when you talk about it, you're like, oh shit. And then, but why is it worse to have someone eat you after you're dead? Which it is. To me, I'm like, oh, that's so much worse. But is it?
Because you're a little insecure about how you're going to taste.
All right. Thank you.
If you knew you were delicious, you'd be like, yeah, go ahead, baby.
That's true. Like
as you were getting murdered, you'd be like, you're going to like this. This is going to be good.
You're like, no. You stab right through my pancreas, and you don't know how delicious that thing is.
May I make a couple of recommendations about what's going to pair?
Let me give you a couple of recipes.
I've been eating for the last 3 years thyme and oregano raw, just to really season the meat.
And every night before I go to bed, I just rub garlic all over me.
And I bathe in olive oil. So, let me tell you something. If you do this right, buddy, this is going to be the tenderest person you've ever eaten.
I'm talking like Michelin star shit right here, okay?
Don't you dare just eat me off the bone.
Yeah.
You've been warned, though. I have had IBS for the last 3 months.
Yeah. Stay away from the rectum and the whole intestinal tract.
Make sure you clean things out appropriately. I wouldn't go tripe on this one.
Oh God. That's the best way to die. Okay.
So
the Bean Clan was so... Okay, so hold on a second. The body they did not go unnoticed by the local villagers, but the Bean Clan stayed in their cave by day and took their victims at night. The Bean Clan was so clandestine that the villagers were unaware of the murderers living so close nearby. As local people began to take notice of disappearances, several organized searches were launched to find the culprits. One search took note of the cave, but the men refused to believe anything human could live in it. Frustrated?
Can I stop you real quick?
Absolutely.
Do you if we're gonna find this out later, let me know. But were these people known in the town? Did they go in the town and buy like goods and stuff?
I don't think they were known in the town. I think
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
One of their relatives was, and I'll get to that kind of towards the end, but for the most part, they were like unknown. They were like, they didn't go to school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, they were robbing people, so they were
Yeah,
presumably
you got to trade the
buying
goods somehow,
stuff?
right?
Like,
Like, what
yeah,
are you going
like,
to do
what
with
do you-
material goods if you don't?
Yeah, what's the point of having money if you're not going to go buy stuff? Like I said, floss, like they need floss. So
You do?
seasoning,
I agree with you.
Scissors. You need scissors, knives to
knives,
cut with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bone saw.
Ranch dressing we were talking about.
ranch dressing would come in like the powdered stuff would work really well in that scenario because
And
they
you
got a lot of water
you
around
probably like you
But
want.
then you need sour cream. What?
Yeah.
them.
Well,
That's
and,
true.
and vegetables, right? You don't just want to eat red meat all the time.
No, God, no.
Yeah.
Dude, Lord, that's terrible for you.
Right.
How are you going to have more incestuous kids? They're never going to live that long.
You need fiber. Like you need some fiber in your diet.
And
What kind of diet do you think this is called? It wasn't paleo. It was like cannibal.
Cannibal.
Personal.
that's the next health fad. Eating humans.
That's true. Okay. So
eating protein, bro.
get frustrated and
They
in
were
a
all
frenetic.
just huge.
Okay.
Just like
They are. Yep, they are. That was what kind of diet was that? The fucking Atkins Atkins diet. Especially when you just eat people named Atkins. Frustrated in a frenetic quest for justice, the townspeople hanged several innocents,
Oh no.
but the disappearances continued. Suspicion often fell on the local innkeepers because, they were the last ones that saw the people that arrived in town.
oh
So that-
God.
Sure, blame it on the guy that's just trying to make a buck. Has to clean up all the condoms in your bedroom. he's the guy.
burlap
When-
condoms back then, right? Didn't we talk about that in another episode?
Yeah, just gotta pick up all those burlap condoms. One night, the Bean Clan ambushed a married couple riding from a fair on a horse. You can imagine they just went on a merry-go-round. They just bought each other cotton candy. Then they're riding a horse through town. The man was skilled in combat, so he deftly held off the clan with sword and pistol. However, the Bean Clan unhorsed the wife, and she fell to the ground. The women in Bean's group that night killed the wife, cutting her throat and sucking her blood. They also pulled out her intestines. It's gross. Before they could take the resilient husband, a large group of fairgoers appeared on the trail and the Beans fled. They really got to change that last name. Because, Beans fleeing.
Do you
is
think
kinda
that
weird.
the Mr. Bean, the TV show, is like a bio-episodic, like true story?
He was the
series? Yeah.
he was the late the long lost ancestor.
He was a
Great,
quiet
great,
man
great,
because
great. Yeah.
he ate.
I actually used to really enjoy Mr. Bean, but I will tell you this: ate a lot of people. Definitely ate a lot of people in that show.
Yeah. That's where he lost me.
It was just so random.
Yeah. He was just like making all sorts of faces and doing dances and stuff, and he just, it was weird.
Yum, yum, yum. People. The fairgoers took the survivor to the local magistrate, whom they informed of this experience. Indeed, yes, sir.
Greg, we
You'll never
lost
believe
John.
what happened.
I don't know. We just went away.
John, can you hear us? Okay, I'm going to keep going. John's out of the screen, but apparently his headphones are still on. So, with the Bean's existence finally revealed, it was not long before King James VI of Scotland heard of the atrocities and decided to lead a search with a team of 400 men and several bloodhounds. They soon found the Beans clan's previously overlooked cave in Benan Head, thanks to the bloodhounds. Upon entering the cave by torchlight, the searchers found the Bean clan surrounded by human remains, some body parts hanging from the wall, barrels filled with limbs, and piles of stolen heirlooms and jewelry.
That's
Bingo.
gotta fuck with you.
The jig is up. The jig is up, Beans.
Well, because you were not expecting walking into that sea cave.
No.
Maybe
Like
you're
the first
expecting
guy
you're
comes in and he's like, "Hey, does any of you guys know anything about all these missing people?" No?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
there's one guy behind him like, "I think this This might be it. Like this might be the people. This might be the people responsible.
Hey, Kevin, I think that's an arm.
Yeah. No, it's
human
fine.
arm.
No. That's
No, but I can see the tattoo on it. It's an arm.
I'm pretty sure.
It's an anime tattoo.
Look, listen. I'm pretty sure this is a dead end. Okay, we should just leave this cave.
Nope. There's another guy with a fucking bear on a bear tattooed on his arm.
Look at that beard just laying on the ground. It's just a beard.
It's just a beard. They
There's
ate
nothing
around.
else.
They ate around the beard.
They just ate around the beard.
It's weird. They would do that. God, I hope that's how we die, guys.
I do not.
Okay, well, we have different dreams. There are two versions of the events following the Bean Clan's discovery. The most common of the two is that the Bean Clan was captured alive, where they gave up without a fight. They were taken in chains to the toll booth jail in Edinburgh, then transferred to Leith or Glasgow, where they were promptly executed without trial, as people saw them as subhuman and unfit for one. Well, yeah, no shit. Can you imagine what these fucking people look like? It's they're
is that okay with you just to murder people on
Yes.
how they look, Greg?
Yes,
Are
it
you
is.
okay with that?
Yeah, no, based on those crimes, yes,
All right.
it is okay.
Well,
It's not
yes, the
murder.
crimes, yeah.
It's an execution. They reap what they sow. Sorry, I'm not a
Well,
pacifist.
but they didn't get
like
a fair
you
trial. How do
fucking
we know it
hippie.
was them?
You know what? This is Scotland, dude. There's no such thing as innocent until
Could be a sea
proven guilty.
hag. Frame them.
Could have been a kraken.
Right. Just here's the thing. Just because people have incest doesn't mean they're murderers. It just means they like fucking their relatives.
Other than the fact that they walked in the cave, they were like literally chewing on fucking like bones and shit.
Okay, well, yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
You didn't say that initially, though. In
Yeah.
I
fairness.
made it up right now. I
Okay,
just
okay.
fucking said it.
Well,
This is like Wikipedia. You can add at your leisure.
edit. It's a Greg
Your
edit.
leisure.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see. And transferred. They were probably executed without trial. That's the part John didn't like. Sawney and his fellow men had their genitalia cut off and thrown into the fires. I hope they did that before they killed them, so they can just watch their dicks burn.
Jesus, dude.
I feel like that's an AC/DC song. Watching your dicks burn.
Watch your dick burn.
Your balls smell like shit. You fucking take a shower next time. There's
You
nice
don't
next
get
time.
songs.
I don't.
No.
Damn it. Okay, their hands and feet were severed and were allowed to bleed to death. With Sawney shouting his dying words, "It isn't over. It will never be over." And then he promptly died, so it was over. After watching the men die, Agnes, oh, good old hot Agnes,
Dreamboat Agnes.
What was it? What was it? Vicious? Was it right? It's just vicious.
it was Black Agnes Douglas.
But she was described as vicious, right? That was.
Yeah, she was described as a
Well, I mean, she
C-word.
did rip someone's guts out. So
She was
Oh, yes.
allegedly a vicious woman.
Okay.
I think she was, Kevin. I don't think it was an overstatement. Okay, Agnes, her fellow women, and the children were tied to stakes and burned alive. These execution practices recall, in essence, if not in detail, the punishments of hanging, drawing, and quartering decreed for men convicted of treason. In contrast, women convicted of the same were burned. There's also another claim that the search party placed gunpowder at the entrance of their cave, where the Sawney Bean clan faced the fate of suffocation. Way more boring. I hope that's not what happened to them. I hope they got their junk cut off, thrown into a fire, and their hands and feet cut off, and Sawney shouting out.
do you think they cut their feet off first, then their hands, or was it hands and feet?
Okay,
Well,
what
they
would
started
you
with
do
the
if
junk,
you-
right? Didn't we say they started with the
Yeah,
junk?
yeah, no, they started the junk so you could see that when you're fully limbed.
And did they
Except
go like
for-
dick, feet, or did they do like all one person at one time and then move?
That's a
to them?
really good question. That's a
Yeah.
really good question. Yeah.
What's scarier?
These are the things that our
I think
listeners
one
wanna
at
know.
one person at a time is scarier.
Yeah,
You think so?
you definitely
Or
want to
you
go
think you
first.
get bored?
Last.
You think
Yeah.
you get bored waiting?
You're
like
like,
you're
"Geez,
last in line.
cut it
You're
off
like,
already.
Man, every single time I get picked last. Every time.
Yeah, I always get the smallest intestine because I'm at the end of the line, and it's not fair. Okay, so let's see. The town of Girvan, located near the macabre scene of murder and debauchery, has another legend about the Bean clan. There are claims that one of the Bean's daughters eventually left the clan and settled in Girvan, where she planted a tree that became known as the Harry Tree. After her family's capture and exposure, the daughter's identity was revealed by angry locals who hanged her from the bough of that very tree.
Mm.
What part's
Bow?
the bow?
Probably the bow.
Bow. I said bow.
You
I
did.
meant bow, but it's because I said it the Canadian way.
What's the bow of a tree?
When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall.
Yeah. Okay, great. What does it mean?
It's like a branch, right? Isn't it a branch? I don't know. I sing that shit to my kid.
Why is
I'm
the
not really a
cradle-
tree
really
guy.
weird.
Why is the cradle in the tree? Yeah. Who
It
did
shouldn't
that?
be.
That's a really morbid song, by the way.
It
I
is
stopped
terrible.
singing that to your song.
It's
to your song.
terrible. But I need to keep him. In line. You know, it could happen.
Well, tell him the story.
This is
Okay.
the story you should tell him.
All right, I got one for you, buddy.
You're like, put this headphones on.
Have you heard of the Bean Clan?
According to the Scotsman, it's a newspaper. There's debate over the validity of the Sawney Bean tale. Yeah, we already know. Some people believe that Sawney Bean was a real person, while others think he was just a mythical figure. Dorothy L. Sayers offered a gruesome account of the Sawney Bean tale in her anthology, Great Short Stories of Detection, Mystery and Horror. The book was a bestseller in Britain, reprinted 7 times. So
So
whatever.
there was only 7 books.
No, reprinted 7
I know.
times. So it was very popular.
We've sold 4.
Print 3 more.
Well, okay. I'm making something of my life with this printing press. Let's see here. So yeah, it's just this goes on to describe the Sawney Bean tale. Okay, I could tell you guys if we have enough time, we can go through another story of cannibalism, or I could wrap it up.
I mean,
Do you have another story of cannibalism?
Yeah, I found 2 stories about cannibalism. The other one's not as long. Or fuck, we can wrap it up.
I mean, how
up
does
to you
this
guys.
defeat itself? Like,
I'm getting there.
it,
It's
man.
gonna tie it together at the end.
Yeah, it's gonna be real loose, like yours are, John.
It's gonna be a loose knot. It's gonna be the kind of knot that like you take 2 steps with those shoes and they're gonna untie.
Why is it so funny?
I don't
Okay.
know how many more cannibal jokes I have.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm all out.
Okay, good. Let's wrap this shit up. Guys, last call.
Okay.
Let's have a bevy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Alcohol. Whether you believe the tale of Sawney Bean to be true or not, you have to admit that the name Sawney is fucking weird.
It is weird.
This is how he's gonna do it. The whole episode's been about names.
He
I
did.
refuse.
He did talk about not liking the Bean last name too.
I refuse to feel bad about this, guys. I don't. Taboo stories. This is the part I wrote, so pay attention. Taboo stories like this really resonate with our own morbid curiosity. You can't help but try to wonder. I'm glad I didn't do the second fucking because I can't see straight anymore. Okay, you can't, and I'm going to save it for another episode. You can't help but try to wonder how a person or a group of people can go so far off the rails of social norms and commit the darkest and most vile acts imaginable. And without social media, so you know they weren't doing it for the clicks. Were they completely insane? If not, how could they justify any part of what they did? So how do we tie this all together with the theme of our show? How does this tale?
Are you asking for suggestions or do you know?
I am. I'm going to tell you what I came up with. It's kind of weak.
I say go with the name thing.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm building the crescendo. How does this
Apologize.
tale relate to not defeating ourselves, you might ask? Here's the answer.
It's usually me who asks that.
Hey, John, that's an insult, man. He's making it seem like you don't give a fuck about the theme of our show.
That's fine. That's why I'm
I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who does.
it's not
He's-
true.
I'm literally tying it. I wrote about it. I'm tying it together right now.
Listen. ChatGPT did this whole episode, but this is the only fucking one part I wrote. So listen to me.
Chat. I don't even know what you're talking about. Chat. What? Here's the answer. Evil, unfortunately, will always exist. I should shut off my computer right now, right? And I'm just disappear.
Probably, yeah.
Evil, unfortunately, will always exist. It is part of all of us. It is part of human nature. But guess what, Sawney? You crazy son of a bitch. Most of us don't fucking act on crazy thoughts. We think to ourselves, that was weird. I should probably talk to somebody. So let's defeat Sawney and not repeat his history. That's right. Let's not be cannibals.
Right.
So
You know
we
what?
don't defeat ourselves.
It's a good message.
That's a really good, that's a really, really impactful speech.
Don't eat people.
Okay,
You
so
heard
You
it
can
here
murder,
first. Yeah.
but don't eat them.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
just weird.
that is
Too
weird.
far.
It's too far. So you thought I wasn't going to be able to tie it together.
Still don't.
Burn.
Still thinking that.
How would you assholes tie it together?
It's not our episode.
Well, it is now.
So everybody raise a glass. Last call. So
You take a shot at it?
I got.
I have more alcohol.
So,
All right, everybody raise their glass.
Well, I was gonna remember. Stay out of sea caves.
Yeah, don't go to
That's
caves. And remember, there's food somewhere. You'll find food somewhere.
And if not, starve to death like a fucking decent human
Yeah,
being.
I love how this started out with them just not really wanting to work. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing was just like, yeah, I don't really want to. I'm not in the mood to work.
You know, some people have to live up to their fathers or mothers.
Yeah, he's just like I'm not,
reputations of being like a surgeon or
I'm not
doctor. And they're like,
digging
oh
ditches,
man, I
dude."
never. This fucking guy couldn't even be a fucking hedge trimmer or
No.
a ditch digger.
so his way was, just I'll find my own food.
Yeah.
I'll live off the land and
And people,
tourists.
I'll live off human organs. No big deal.
Thank you, Greg. That was awesome. Thank you, John. I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. And the moral of the story: don't eat people.
Yep.
Unless
Don't.
you're an animal, then
Don't
big
do
fucking
it.
deal. Unless you're my cats and I died, you got no other way to survive. You can eat me.
Apparently,
Good-
they
good.
will eat you. Not even like they won't even wait. Like they won't wait to get hungry. They go right to killing you or eating
Yeah.
your face.
Like Jennifer could still be alive and buying them cat food. And they're like, you know what? I made a
I
pact.
was gone for 10 minutes. You picked the bones clean. Good night, everybody.